Hi guys. Um, Today I just wanted to do a little personal rant and talk about uh, life after college. um, it's I feel like people talk about it. Most people move to big cities. Um, it's just different, right? For me, I moved to a big city. Not, yeah, I'd say it's a pretty big city, but um, the struggles are very similar. Post grad for everyone. I guess I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to do this as like a journaling vlog. Not really. Just to talk about my life after college so far. It's been 6 months since I moved to the new city, and I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping for you guys to get a sense of sanity, a sense of belonging, that you're not the only ones that may or may not be suffering. I've only met one other person, one other person in these past 6 months that have actually been doing well, and I'm happy for her. She's out in San Francisco. Shout out if she's watching this video, but um, only one other person, and only because actually no, I don't. I can't speak about it, but um, everyone that I know from college is struggling in some sort of way, and I'm sure she is too. But it seems like she's doing well. Point is, I don't know why I got sidetracked. Uh, it's common. Like imagine how you are from, like, let's say elementary school, right? We've all gone through this, right? Elementary school, you're in fifth grade, top of the food chain. Then you go to sixth grade and you're at the bottom of the food chain, right? Same thing happens with eighth to ninth grade, from senior to freshman in college, right? And now it's just from college senior to adult. And it's hard. It's hard because, like, you're struggling to like we all you're struggling to find purpose, right? Oftentimes a lot of people question the purpose of what they want in life, and what they want to do. And you don't have the systems, you don't have the confined barriers that school systems hold, right? Like, you have your classes. I mean, maybe now you have your 9 to 5s, right? You have your 9 to 5s, but then most of the time, you're exhausted afterward, and it just sucks. You have to, especially if you move to a new city, you have to make new friends. Typically, you have to take care of yourself. Maybe some of you have moved out. Like, it's hard. Like, I'm 6 months in this new city, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been a tough struggle. It's been a tough struggle finding a support network, trying to make new friends. Like, I'm in a city where, like, I live I live in the city, so I don't really have a car, but, like, it's not a very walkable city. It's not a city that, like, it's not New York. I can't just walk down the street and go to, like, a post grad bar, right? Um it's hard. And for anyone actually listening to this, um I think it takes time, right? Like, think about all the times that you've acclimated to a new city. It could be a new neighborhood that your parents moved to. It could be a new life situation. It could be a new city that you've traveled to. Like for me, I've done the self reflection enough. Like, I think it takes for me about a solid, on average, I'd say 3 months to really get settled somewhere. Um, I remember during my internships, it would take me 3 months to get in the groove of things. And now, you know, full time job and all, it's a perpetual internship as long as you have the job, right? But like, I want you guys to know, and maybe I'm in a sense telling myself this too, is like, this is part of the process, right? Things are not going to be the same as they once were. You're not going to be on a college campus with a student center and a dining hall, right? You're going to have your own apartment, you have work, and then you have your hobbies and your aspirations, and you're going to meet tons of random people out in the street, and you have to be open to that sort of thing. You have to be open to connection. You have to get out of your room. You have to just meet random people, right? There's a quote that I love, and it's like, you're always one away, right? One away from anything in the world that you ever want, whether it's one phone call, one text message, one email, one person, one coffee chat away from a completely different life. I've preached this, I'm pretty sure, on my other episodes, but like, it's hard, but you also have to know that everyone goes through this and that you're not alone, and that you just have to try new things that are different. Learn as much as you can about yourself. As a 20-year-old, 23-year-old, like, everyone has their own opinions on like what their 20s are supposed to be for, right? I'm not saying this is the only thing that you should focus on, but something that I think is incredibly important is for you to learn about yourself, to really be conscious and look inward and ask yourselves the big questions. That was an Uncle Iroh quote, by the way, from Avatar: The Last Airbender, if anyone caught that. But really, you have to ask yourself the big questions in terms of, what do you want in life? What is a successful life to you? How do you like hot yoga? Do you like running? Do you like pickleball? Right? Like, these might seem mundane, but unless you go out and try it, you're never going to know. You're never going to know. Do you like clubbing? Right? Do you like golf? And as you do these activities, as you put yourselves in these situations, the more you learn about yourself, the more you learn about what you want and what you don't want. Right? A target is easier to hit. Sorry, a goal is easier to hit with a target. Listen to me one more time. A goal is easier to hit with a target. If you don't know what you want out of life, you're just going to be shooting in an open field. You're not going to be aiming for anything. And I encourage you guys, as I am doing myself, to really learn, shoot out in the distance to learn where you want to aim at. And it's hard. I don't think I have it figured out, and it changes, right? But making new friends outside of your current circles, your old circles, people will outgrow each other. right? I think it's easy to make friends at work. You see people every day, but consider people who, I don't know, shared interests, right? Join clubs, volunteer in your community, for example. Like, there's so many different ways to connect with people that it's easy to feel discouraged when you're fresh out of college. It's easy to go back to your same friend group. It's easy to be in your own ways. But I encourage you, as I, is to seek the discomfort, is to do things you typically wouldn't do or never thought you would do, because you never know what you might end up liking. No to drugs. Okay. No to drugs. Doesn't apply there. But experiences, people, yeah. You never know, like, how, where anyone's gonna take you. Like, a personal example, I one of my interns this past summer left me a friend, and he's great. Didn't originally, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I'd get along with him. So if you're listening to this video, honest truth, but he's amazing. He's been extremely kind, and you know, I feel like I really made like a true friend here. But I never would have thought, if I didn't give it a chance, that I would have met this guy. Same thing with a girl that I met recently. Um, I was going out to the club making friends because I didn't really club a lot when I was in my college days. And I found that making friends at the club wasn't bad because there's a lot of people around my age. Um, and I met her there. And now I would consider one of, like, her to be one of my really good friends. In a city where I have really two friends outside of everyone at work, um, that to me is extremely, like, I'd say the first couple friends you make are the ones that really make the most impact on you. They have the most impact. And like building that support network, okay, is extremely important, especially if you're in a different city, away from everyone and everything that you know. But I never would have met these people if I didn't give it a chance. And I'm 6 months in this new city, and I just met two people, okay? Maybe you might strike gold on your first week, and your neighbor happens to be, your best friend now. Or it might take you a year, maybe two, okay, until you really find random people. But you find random people that you get along with by putting yourself out there. It's easy. It's so easy to fall in a rut. So easy. I was in a rut 2 days ago before making this video, okay? Yesterday, even, to the point where it started affecting my work, okay? I understand what it is to be in a rut. And sometimes you have to feel it, you got to deal with it, and you got to see what you need to change if you're ever in a rut. If you're ever in a rut and you don't feel like going out, you're not going to be able to connect with people if you're not yourself whole. So you need to make yourself whole first. I'll tell you that. because otherwise you're going to be outside making friends, but you're stuck in your head. Yes, you're physically open. Mentally, you're not going to connect with anyone but a tree. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if there's anything you guys had specifically in mind to, I for that. Sorry, it's almost 2 a.m. here, and I just ran 4 miles. So you gotta put yourself first, then you can connect with people. Point is, I hope this video makes you feel a little bit less alone. Maybe I'm making these videos for my past self, but I know I'm not the only ones. I know a lot of my friends who have moved to new cities. I have friends who've stayed in old ones, and they're both struggling, different struggles. But to know that you're not alone and that it's completely normal. When you're doing something new, you have to struggle. You have to struggle. To struggle doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be successful, but to be successful, you need to struggle. Cheers. um, yeah, just hang in there. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing sometimes, but I hope this video helps. Good night, guys.